As we head into another weekend of football, it's certainly the case that referees and match officials are taking a bit of a kicking at the moment. There's growing criticism about the use of the video assistant referee system, more commonly known as VAR, that being used, of course, in the Premier League. It's meant to cut mistakes out of football and make the game fairer. But the VAR didn't intervene when a Liverpool goal was wrongly flagged offside at the weekend. And closer to home, the Carlisle United and Barrow managers, they aren't happy with the refereeing of their recent matches. Have a listen to this.
They are absolute stonewall penalties. I got told during the game that they are, but I'm not allowed to say. If I say to the fourth official, they are definite penalties. I've seen it on the video. It's a straight red, so I have to bite my lip.
Yeah, again, we're talking about decisions from referees. They're completely inept at the moment, and it's every week, and I'm absolutely sick of it. They're ruining football matches and they're ruining games with decisions that they should be getting right.
Barrow manager Pete Wild, the Carlisle United manager Paul Simpson, both speaking after Tuesday night's EFL games. So, as we go into another weekend of football, with the match officials become the story once again. And actually, just flipping this around a little bit, how much pressure are they under at the moment? Nathan Sherratt is a referee educator and managing director of the Third Team, which works with football referees from grassroots to professional level on how to handle the role, both physically and indeed mentally. Nathan, hello, morning. How worried are you about the confidence in referees at the moment? Because there certainly seems to be a lot of backlash towards the officials at all different levels of football.
Morning, Mike. I think that, it's a very, very difficult period of time for referees because, we're constantly seeing referees under scrutiny, and there's absolutely no doubt that, you introduced it there about the incident last weekend in the Premier League, and then that then links into, the comments of Pete Wild from Barrow in terms of his suggestion that it's an ongoing issue that keeps happening. And I think that there's absolutely no doubt that, these are, elite level teams, the teams in Cumbria, the teams in the Premier League are all elite level teams. And it filters down without a shadow of a doubt, right down to grassroots level. And, you talk about the weekend of football ahead, as we look at it tomorrow. It's going to be a very, very difficult weekend once again because of the constant talk in last weekend and in midweek about these conversations. And I think there's almost an expectation that you have in no other job, particularly for youngsters who are going to referee grassroots football, is that you can almost do the job perfectly, in your early career or at the first time of asking. You know yourself as a radio presenter, you don't just come on the radio the first time you come behind a microphone and be as good as you are now. It's something that takes time and develops, and I think that's the big challenge at grassroots level, and there's no doubt that the pressure on those at the top filters down.
Let's talk about those at the top for just a moment, if we can, Nathan. Football referees, and I thought Jurgen Klopp in his press conference this week was very measured in terms of saying, we know referees are only human and they make mistakes. However, in the professional game at least, Nathan, such as the English Football League for Carlisle United and Barrow, the Premier League as well, shouldn't fans and clubs be expecting the big decisions to be made correctly?
Well, I think they should, and I think that, let's be clear, the match officials that are charged with making those decisions expect to get them right as well. They've worked incredibly hard over a period of time to get to the level that they're at, very much in the same way that the players and the club officials on the touchline have. And they have no intention of going out there and making a mistake. And, if you want to talk more specifically about Darren England, the VAR at Tottenham last weekend, there'll be nobody hurting more than him driving home from Stockley Park last weekend. He will be so disappointed and so upset because he wants to get every decision correct. And I think that when the audio was released on that, you could understand the distress in his tone when he realised that the mistake had been made and that he'd misunderstood the situation. So I think that, we have to be clear that human beings that want to do the best job that they possibly can. And I think nobody in any line of work takes any real pleasure from doing a job incorrectly and not achieving what they want to achieve from it.
Nathan, it's been lovely to speak to you this morning and to get your take on what has been actually a story that's dominated certainly the back page headlines this week as well. Thanks for coming on. That's Nathan Sherratt, who's a referee educator and managing director of the Third Team, which works with football referees from grassroots to professional level. Will there be more controversy this weekend? I think everyone, from Nathan to football fans to those involved in the professional game, will be hoping no. Let the footballers do the talking.